start. Yes, this is App Stupid Studios coming to you live on the weekend. Thank goodness it is the weekend, Easter weekend, for all the Christian folks out there who listen to the program. Enjoy yourself. Tomorrow's a good day for you. Also, March Madness is really good. It's like March Madness is insane. Duke in Houston last night was a classic. It was just like, wow. As soon as Houston would you felt like they were coming back and they would just get it down to 2, Duke had the answer. That was really a good game. Wow. And I can admit that, being a Big Ten guy, I can admit that Purdue, congratulations to them. They advance to the Elite Eight. Going to be some more basketball on today. Probably watch that, enjoy it. And then there's a pay-per-view fight tonight on Amazon. I just saw that. Tim Tszyu and Fundora. Main event on the undercard is Isaac Pitbull Cruz, or Isaac, and Rolando Romero. So, yeah, it should be a good night of entertainment going on. But here at App Stupid, we've got a couple of stories. The 49ers continue to find a new low to sink to. We'll talk about that. Also, we'll talk about Money Can't Buy You Love, a weird story in Minnesota. Coming out of Minnesota is a weird story involving Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod, as most people have dubbed him in the sports entertainment world. And finally, I tried to get out of covering this story. However, Deion Sanders is now telling pro teams where his son will play or won't play, and also another star player from the Colorado Buffaloes. So, action-packed show for you today, and we'll get right into it when we come back from a quick 20. This is Vern at App Stupid. Yes, Bass Pro Shops. Download the app, order online for your fishing supplies and all your outdoorsmen. If you're an outdoorsman and you like hunting and fishing and just camping in general and being basically out in the elements, visit your local Bass Pro Shop. Okay, so we will start with the 49ers. And when I ask the question, how do you show your appreciation for a 1,342-yard wide receiver who added 7 TDs last year? You show your appreciation by stiff-arming them on a long-term deal. Now, this story comes from CBS and Ian Castleberry. My view of and again, this is just me, because my view of the 49ers franchise was always high. Honestly, it really was. But here lately, they've been excuse making, scapegoating, like Super Bowl choking. I mean, it's a mess. But they've sunk to a new low because now they're kneecapping studs. Brandon Aiyuk, he went where all disgruntled people go to get some things off their chest. Yep, you guessed it. He went to Club Shay Shay, where he was on the nightcap with Chad Johnson. And he had this to say, quote, "I'm trying to get what I deserve, Aiyuk." That's him. "I feel like this season playing football, I figured out who I was as a person and a player, what I bring to the table, what I bring to the locker room, what I bring to the organization." and just the value I hold when I walk in the building. End quote. I like it. I like everything about it. Call your shots and let it be known this is my value. And if you're not ready to commit to me, then I'm out. But how much money is on the table? Because that's what you got to ask yourself. How much money is on the table? How much money is it going to take for him to feel like a person? Well, for him to feel like a person, he's going to make $14 million this season. But this is also the last year of his 4-year deal. And with each year, you can see he's gotten better statistically. He's had more yardage than he had the year prior, and those touchdowns started to climb as well. Now, one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to sit here and pocket watch, but I got to paint you a picture because Deebo Samuels, he's making $23 million this year. And then that doesn't really take into account Brock Purdy because now the 49ers are trying to go ahead and pay him a lot of money. So you can clearly see where this thing is heading. Now, what do the front office has to have some sort of idea what's going on. Because at some point, you can't sit here and be like, oh, I don't know why he's disgruntled. I don't know why he's talking to social media instead of talking to us. I don't know why he's running to the media and playing these games. They know. They've always known. The 49ers, like I said, I used to have respect for them, but that's faded. That's faded. But we'll get right back in because when we talk about the front office, there's a lot of things and a lot of moving parts. And I think John Lynch has some things to say that I really didn't agree with. But we will be back after we take a break from an unofficial sponsor of the show and a quick 20. This is Big Vern at App Stupid. Roll the clip. BK, have it your way. You rule. Download the app, order online, or visit the good folks down at your local Burger King. BK, have it your way. You rule. Okay, so when we were talking about John Lynch when we left off, because he's in the front office, Lynch, he was sitting here saying that trading Aiyuk is not an option. But if you're not trying to pay him what he's worth, then losing him is an option. And it just doesn't make anything better when you make statements like this saying, quote, now these are John Lynch's words, we're actively talking with Brandon, trying to figure something out. We have a good history of working with the guys we want to get done to get something done. And it takes two sides. When you make statements like that, and then you play it up in the media, where we, the owner class and the GM class, we're the only party coming to the table, but he's unreasonable, and it takes two sides. That's virtue signaling to every team out there in case you all don't get a deal worked out. Because again, if you all don't get a deal in place, he's out the door. But you're tainting every other organization's view of Mr. Brandon Aiyuk because you're trying to make it seem like you all are the high-minded folks. You all just want to get a deal done, and he's the guy walking away. And that's not the case at all. That's not the case at all. And that has to be the underlining thing that's going on right now in the NFL because here it is, Saquon Barkley was saying the same thing. He was saying the same thing on a different coast in a different organization. So clearly the culture of the front office and the GM and the owner class is to disrespect the players because he's not the only player that's saying that he doesn't feel like he's getting what he's worth or he just wants to be appreciated. He wants to be rewarded for his hard work on the field. And where there's smoke, there's fire. So there's probably more NFL players who feel like this, who don't get the chance to voice those disgruntled opinions. But again, I could be wrong. Let me know what you think. Are the 49ers going low and lower and lower? Or does Mr. Brandon Aiyuk just need to sit down and take his $14 million guaranteed and go elsewhere? We got a lot more show coming to you at the bottom of the hour. This is Big Vern at App Stupid. I'll be back.